I challenged myself to make an entire block system with sound, guard breaks, and visual effects all in 1 week. Why? Because it seems to take so long to get any progress, and even then my grades seem to suffer from it. I feel this would be the right step in the direction. I began how I always do, that being animation. I feel like they turned out alright, and it didn't take nearly as long compared to the previous video. I spent some time scripting a few of the block animations in game, but I had to spend the rest of the day catching up on schoolwork. I started off the day by making the attack dummy, so that I would have a way to test the block. After its fair share of issues, it works. But the player hit stun didn't work, so I spent the rest of my time fixing that. We're already at day 3 and I still had many things I needed to complete before the deadline, and I already had less than 5 days remaining, so it was about time I pick up the pace. I went ahead and scripted the guard break and the rest of the block functionality, so currently you can only block the first 4 hits before the guard break. I also went ahead and scripted the rest of the block animations, including the guard break, so for now the M1's wrapped up and I can move on to the moves tomorrow. As I said I would, I went through each move and began coding the block bypass, and guard break functionality for each move. It didn't take long, but then I thought to myself, how can I test each move if I'm the only one who can block and use moves? So I made a block dummy. Didn't take as long as the attack dummy and works the same as me if I was to hold block nonstop with the same animations. And it seemed like the code worked with all of my moves, no errors. I had forgotten about being able to block on all sides, so I made it something I could manipulate. Now, if a move isn't blockable, it checks if you're hitting them from the back. Whoa. I use a dot product, and the chin I learned it from will be linked below. I ended the day by looking for some sword blocking sounds online. I went ahead and touched up each sound in the editor, uploaded them to Roblox, and then scripted them without much trouble. And I wanted to get the guard break effect finished by the end of the day, but I wasn't sure what I even wanted it to look like. So to get some references, I decided to body some kids in a few Battleground games. After that, I found some VFX that I liked and that I will likely replace in the next video, and scripted the guard break effects to close out the day. I spent a lot of time figuring out the spark effect for the block, but I was finally able to get it working, and I loved it. I also added a question mark above the player who got guard broken just to make it less bland. The final day has arrived, and I started by trying my hand at GUI for the first time. I made something that looked recognizable to a shield, so I'll take that as a win. Then I added it in game and had to make a module that changes the sprite depending on if you're blocking, guard broken, or neither. Next, I went ahead and added a purple shield in front of the player, and I'll make adjustments to it in the future. Lastly, I added a quick camera shake when you get guard broken, just to make it more impactful. Time is finally up, and here's the results. It may not look spectacular, but I'm very impressed with the amount of work I was able to complete in just 1 week. It's a significant improvement from the first video that took a month just to get M1s and 2 moves made. Now the next thing I need to do is make VFX, because some of it is missing and a lot of it is straight up ripped from Toolbox. And because personally, I don't know if they're stolen, and I'm not trying to get into any drama or worse. But that will be for the next video. If you have any character recommendations for me to add into my game, it doesn't matter if they're from an anime, cartoon, video game, as long as they use a blade or a sword, they can be added. And without any further ado, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.